In 2018, wildlife cameras in Kenya's Maasai Mara captured a lioness giving birth to two cubs, nursing them for 3 days, and then walking away and never returning. The cubs died within a week. No predator attack, no disease, no environmental catastrophe. The mother was healthy and went on to successfully raise a litter the following year, which raises an obvious question. Why would a mother who is perfectly capable of raising her young simply choose not to? Hi, I'm Mara, and this is Microplanet. The answer isn't cruelty, and it isn't failure. It's calculation, not a conscious one, but an evolutionary one. Animal mothers don't love their offspring unconditionally in the way that framing implies. They invest in them, and like any investment, the decision to continue or cut losses depends on whether the return is likely to justify the cost. The first reason mothers abandon offspring is that the offspring isn't viable. Animals have remarkably sensitive detection systems for the health of their newborns. A ewe can assess within minutes of birth whether a lamb is strong enough to nurse effectively. A mother bird can detect subtle differences in the begging calls of healthy versus sick chicks and will preferentially feed the stronger ones, even when food is limited. When a newborn is too weak, too small, or showing signs of a developmental problem that the mother's senses can detect, the calculus shifts immediately. The energy required to raise that offspring, energy the mother could redirect toward future reproduction, is unlikely to produce a surviving adult. Evolution has consistently favored mothers who cut that investment early and try again, over mothers who exhaust themselves on offspring that won't survive regardless. The second reason is environmental conditions. Many animal species evolved in environments where resource availability fluctuates dramatically. Seasonal food shortages, droughts, sudden temperature extremes. In these conditions, a mother who gives birth at the wrong moment faces a genuine choice: attempt to raise offspring when conditions make survival unlikely, depleting her own reserves in the process, or abandon the current litter and wait for better conditions. Polar bears in years of unusually low sea ice will sometimes abandon cubs shortly after birth. Rabbits in drought years produce litters but nurse them minimally or not at all. These aren't failures of maternal instinct. They're maternal instinct working correctly, optimizing for the mother's long-term reproductive output rather than the survival of any single litter. The third reason is social pressure and resource competition. In many social species, abandonment isn't a solitary decision. It's driven by the behavior of the group. Dominant female meerkats routinely kill or forcibly abandon the offspring of subordinate females in the group, and the subordinate mothers often don't resist effectively. In wild horses, a mare who mates with a new stallion after losing a previous mate will sometimes face infanticide from the new stallion, who gains a reproductive advantage by killing offspring that aren't his, and will sometimes abandon a foal preemptively rather than attempting to defend it. Social stress itself, in primates particularly, can suppress the hormonal systems that drive maternal bonding. Extremely stressed macaque mothers show measurably reduced oxytocin responses to their infants, which means the neurological scaffolding for maternal attachment is literally being suppressed by social context. The fourth reason, and the one that's hardest to hear, is that sometimes the mother is simply too young or inexperienced. First-time mothers across a wide range of species, primates, elephants, big cats, have significantly higher rates of offspring abandonment than experienced mothers. They haven't developed the specific behavioral repertoire that maternal care requires: how to position a newborn for nursing, how to respond to distress calls, how to carry an infant without injuring it. First-time elephant mothers in the wild are often seen holding a newborn incorrectly, looking confused, and sometimes walking away temporarily before being guided back by older females in the herd. In some cases, the learning happens in time. In others, it doesn't, and the calf is lost. This isn't a malfunction. It's the normal cost of learning a complex skill under conditions where the stakes are immediately life and death. Put all of this together, and the picture that emerges isn't one of maternal failure. It's one of extraordinary, cold-eyed optimization. A mother animal is not a caregiver in any absolute sense. She is a reproductive machine running an algorithm. Invest if the return justifies the cost, cut losses if it doesn't, and survive to reproduce again. The offspring she abandons today are the reason she's alive to raise the offspring who survive tomorrow. Which brings us back to that lioness in the Masai Mara. She didn't walk away because something went wrong. She walked away because something, the cub's condition, the timing, the resources available, something her senses registered that the cameras didn't, told her the math didn't work, and the following year she raised a healthy litter. The math worked then.